Hey, how's it going? It's Lee Hayward here from LeeHayward.com, and I'm in train and chest now and working out with Patricia. And our workout today, I got it written down here. We're going to be starting off with some incline dumbbell bench press. And the way we're going to be doing these is starting off with a light weight, doing sets of 10 reps, and just pyramiding up in weight until we reach our max weight. Then we're going to be moving on to flat barbell bench and doing the same fashion, sets of 10, start off light, and then just pyramid up in weight until we reach our max weight. Then we're going to be moving on to incline dumbbell flies. Great exercise to really stretch out the chest. With this one, I'll probably just keep the same weight and do like 3 to 4 sets of 10 reps to really just stretch out the chest. Then we're going to be moving on to some cable crossovers, and I'm going to show you a couple different variations of that to really work the inner pecs and to help, really isolate the chest. After that, I'm going to be moving on and doing some dumbbell pullovers. And this is a great stretching exercise that helps expand the chest, the rib cage, the lats, basically the entire upper body. But I like to throw it in after my chest workouts just to really get the good stretch going. And then I'm going to finish things off with push-ups and just bang out as many sets as I can. Shoot for 100 total reps of the push-ups. So maybe like 4 sets of 25, 5 sets of 20, something like that. But again, I'm going to shoot for 100 total reps at the end of the workout to really fry the chest. So that's our workout, and without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm starting off here now with the incline dumbbell bench press. I've already did a few progressively heavier warm-up sets, and now I'm going to be using this weight, and I'm going to probably bang out a few sets of 10 reps with this weight. One thing you'll notice here when I'm doing the dumbbell bench press, any dumbbell, be it an incline or a flat, I like to hold my wrists at an angle and keep my elbows fairly tucked in to the sides. I find that this is a lot more comfortable on the wrist joints because you're not locked into the rigid movement or the rigid position that you are when you're using a barbell. So again, that's why I prefer to hold the dumbbells on a slight angle here, and I find that it really works great, gets a good stretch throughout the upper chest. Alright, Trish is doing her set here now, and again she's using the same bench, the same angle here. Now Patricia prefers to keep her hands facing forward and the dumbbells a little bit more squared off. And that's totally cool. Obviously, you do whatever's comfortable for you. Different people have different body types, so I mean, there's going to be slight variations, and that's all acceptable. I mean, do whatever feels best for your particular body type. The next exercise on the list is the flat barbell bench press, and this is a great overall mass builder for the chest. When I do this, I like to take a medium width grip on the bar. For me, that's pinky fingers on the rings, and I find that this is the best grip that allow me to get a good overall chest workout without placing excess stress on the shoulder joints. Now Patricia's setting up to do her set. Now obviously where she's a shorter and smaller frame, she's going to grab the bar a little narrower, but this is still a moderate width grip for her. Again, you don't want to overstretch your shoulders here. Going too wide, that's just asking for a shoulder injury. The next exercise we're moving on to is the incline dumbbell fly, and this is one of my favorite stretch exercises for the chest. I can really feel this totally work in the upper pecs here, and I find that I get a great pump when I incorporate stretch exercises in my workouts. Now you notice here that I keep my elbows bent when I lower the dumbbells down, and this helps to take the stress off the tendons, also places less stress on the shoulders, and it still allows, maximum stress to be placed on the chest. A big mistake a lot of people do when they do flies is they try to keep their arms too straight, and again, that's just asking for an injury. Now you can see Patricia's doing her set, and she's using the same type of technique, keeping the elbows bent here and going down as far as comfortable till you feel a good stretch throughout the upper pecs. Now that's one of the things. You want to get a good stretch, but again, you have to play it by ear. You don't want to overstretch and risk pulling or tearing a muscle. Now we're moving on to the cable crossover, and this is a great exercise that really works the chest in a peak contraction fashion. And what I mean by this is that you really have to fight to hold those handles down at the bottom, because that's where your chest is fully contracted right at that peak. It's kind of like hitting a most muscular pose in bodybuilding. And this is one of my favorite exercises to throw in after my chest workout. It's a great isolation exercise, really hits the inner chest hard, And again, it's kind of like mimicking that most muscular pose. So now you can see Patricia's doing her set here. And one thing that I want to point out is when you're doing the cable crossovers is you don't need to exaggerate the stretch at the bottom. This is a peak contraction exercise, so the main emphasis is just bringing the handles together and really flexing your chest. It's not so much a stretch exercise. Another thing that I want to point out here is you'll notice that Patricia's legs are straddled, and this just helps to give you a better base and a bit more stability as you do the exercise. Another cool cable crossover variation that I often like to do is the low pulley cable crossover. And this one's not as common as the high pulley cable crossover, but it's a great variation that really focuses on hitting the upper chest. So I mean, you're really targeting that inner upper chest area, and if you really do it, you can feel that area contract hard. So what I'll sometimes do is probably do a couple sets from the high pulley and then do a couple sets from the low pulley like this, and that just really helps to hit the chest from all angles. Again, I really feel I get a great pump throughout the upper pecs when I do the low pulley cable crossover, and I recommend you give it a try in your workouts as well. Now moving on to dumbbell pullovers, and this is a great exercise to help add thickness throughout your entire torso, because it's a good stretch exercise to help expand your rib cage, expand your chest, expand your lats, and I'm a big fan of this movement. Again, you would do it at the end of your workout when your muscles are already pumped up and tight. It's not something that you would do at the beginning. I always save this one for at the end. And you'll notice here as I lower that dumbbell down, you can see my rib cage actually expanding here and stretching out. So it's a great exercise, and I highly recommend you give this one a try. Start off light. You don't want to overstretch yourself here, or potentially strain yourself by lifting too much too soon. So start off light and progress up gradually. But again, it's one of those exercises that you can work up to handling fairly heavy weight in. Now Patricia's doing her set here. We're doing the cross bench dumbbell pullover, and this allows you to get a better stretch and a better range of motion versus lying lengthways on the bench, because obviously your hips can be lower and your arms can be lower than if you were laying lengthwise. So again, it's a great variation to do. This exercise also helps hit the serratus muscles, and these are the muscles that are like along the side of your chest, along the side of your rib cage, and when you get really lean, you can see these. Like if you notice competitive bodybuilders on stage, you can very often see their serratus muscles, and it's just an impressive muscle group. That's when it's fully developed, and when you're really lean, that really pops out there on the side. Now to finish things off, we're going to do push-ups, and this is my all-time favorite chest exercise. This is one that I've done even before I started getting involved with weight training, and I think it's part of the reason why my chest is kind of more developed than a lot of my other body parts. It's one of my stronger muscle groups. The way I'm doing my push-ups here is I have my feet elevated on the bench, and this places more of the stress on the upper pecs. You can see Patricia's doing the same thing here, and it kind of makes it like an incline variation where again you're working your upper pecs more so, and that's a great way to do it. Sometimes we'll mix and match our push-ups, like we may do a set here with our feet up on the bench, do a set with our feet on the floor, whatever. But again, we're going to shoot for 100 total reps here. So we'll just keep banging out set after set until we get 100 total reps at the end of our workout. And trust me, this is a fantastic way to really finish off your chest workout and spur on some new muscle growth.
Alright, so that concludes our chest workout, and we worked basically the entire chest from top to bottom, hit it from all angles. So again, if you're looking for a new change of pace with your chest workouts, why not give this routine a try? And if you'd like to get some more killer workout tips like this, be sure to go to my website, link's right below this video here, and sign up for my Muscle Building Tips email course. You get some killer tips and tricks that you can use to help take your muscular development to the next level. Take care.